Well, I'm trying to get dressed here so I can finish some of my Christmas shopping, but I thought before I left I would just share maybe a thought about the Medicaid expansion that's been proposed that the General Assembly will be looking at in January. You know, it's been said by some that expansion of the Medicaid program is the morally right thing to do, and it certainly is important that as a society we care for the least among us. It's important that people have good health care. But sometimes, in trying to strain at what is the morally right thing to do, we forget some of the very basic morally right things to do. Solomon, supposedly the wisest man who ever lived, said in chapter 13, verse 22 of his book of Proverbs that a wise man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. You see, we are going to leave an inheritance to our children and our children's children. The question is, what will be that inheritance and what will be the price of it? And you see, the federal government actually has no money, whether they promise to pay 100% of the cost of the expansion or 90% or 80%, it's money they don't have. And so the question is, are we going to, for the immediate time being, solve an immediate problem, and in doing so, bankrupt our children, leave them with an inheritance of debt that minimizes their freedom? I think that's an issue that certainly needs to be discussed. And the fact that every other state may be doing it or other states may be doing it doesn't mean, as my dad used to say to me, that, son, just because everybody else does it doesn't mean you should too. So I hope we'll think about that. What is the inheritance we're leaving our children if we continue to spend money we don't have? Well, I got to go, got to get my wallet. Thankfully, I can finish my Christmas shopping without having to use this because, you see, the federal government's teamed up with one of the gaming companies to create some dollars that just will make it a lot easier for me to buy Christmas gifts this year.